Hello, and welcome to another edition of Rex, the Adequate Would-Be Chef. Today, you're going to learn a quick side dish that works with many of the main courses meats, such as lamb, steak, chicken, whatever. And basically, it's just a sauté potato. Or it could be pommes de terre sautés. And yeah, I ruined it. I know I said canapes in another episode, which somebody corrected me and said Rex. That is horrible. Anyways, that's what we're having. Now, I did make a couple of substitutions with the potatoes, as you'll see in the ingredients list. But this is a fairly straightforward recipe. It has a few steps. Number one, you want to carefully peel the potatoes into the proper rounds, about 2.5 inches long, but that doesn't work with the potatoes that I have. So I did quickly peel them, sort of roundish, not as good as probably Julia would want, but due to the lack of time, they're going to have to do tonight. Once we do that, we'll put them into the skillet, and we're going to warm that butter up just to where the butter begins to subside, and we're going to put these tomatoes in there. At that point, we'll cook them for 2 minutes, and then we'll start to roll them around, try to get a nice cooking brown film. That's why you want as good a round potato as possible. Then we'll cover it and cook it for 15 minutes. In that 15 minutes time, I'm going to start to cook my steak. Okay, she calls for approximately 2 pounds of boiling potatoes. We really don't have these potatoes. They're about 2.5 inch longs is what the French would use. She said to just get like a yellow potato or a new potato and cut them down to 2.5 inch sizes. I actually am going with just the red new potatoes because I wasn't actually planning on making this recipe tonight, but I figured 2 birds, 1 stone, why not? So what she does want you to do is she wants you to take these and with your paring knife, just what you really want to take some time. And again, since this was a last minute effort, I did not really do exactly what she wanted, but you're going to want to peel these, and with as much care as possible, you want these to be in nice rounds. So as you can see here, in my rushed job, not the perfect round. And the reason why she wants these in really good rounds is so that they roll around in the pan evenly and get a really nice coating all the way around. So what I have is I've done this. You don't want to wash them, she says. You want to peel them, and we're going to dry them off before we cook them. But I have about 1 pound of these because I don't need that many potatoes. We're going to try to cut this recipe in half. So along with your rounded potatoes, you're going to need approximately about 1 tablespoon of butter. And since I'm not using clarified butter, I'm going to put another tablespoon of oil in with this, and to basically try to make it to where the butter can't brown. And then towards the end, we are going to use some salt. And also, you're going to want some nice parsley. We're going to chop this up, mix it up with the butter later for our finishing sauce. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to put the oil and the potato into the skillet, and you're going to bring it up on a moderate high heat to start this process off. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to put in our oil. Now I'm using the oil so the butter doesn't burn, and there goes our butter. She would prefer that you use clarified butter, and you can just buy clarified butter at the store, but since I don't have it, the oil is a necessity. Now you want about 1/16 of an oil in the pan, and that's for 2 pounds. So it's likely that I'm going to have too much oil in this. Definitely going to have too much oil. I'll probably pour some of it out. Okay, if you're using clarified butter, you want to do it until approximately the butter almost begins to brown, or when the butter subsides, as you just saw, the bubbling has stopped. I got about 1/16 of an inch in there, so we're going to go ahead and add our potatoes. Now I did dry these out first with a towel, She doesn't really say to roll them around. Okay, I didn't really have time to watch this. My memory card filled up on my other camera and I had to adjust that. So you really want to maintain these for approximately 2 minutes on the stove, and they're going to turn a nice golden brown. Okay, now that our time's up on the timer, there it goes. We're going to start shaking this pan around for about 4 to 5 minutes and get a really nice golden brown sear on each side of these, so they have a really good protective coating. This is really where that nice round potato comes in handy, because you can see the flat sides, they're not going to become brown like the rest of them. You can definitely see the potatoes that aren't cut round, so the sides aren't really basically browning, only the flatter sides where the potatoes wants to rest. I can definitely tell I'm going to have to do this recipe again in the future, but try to have nice rounded potatoes. Another thing that you should be concerned with is you need to adjust your heat. I think I've got it a little bit too hot. You can sort of see the butter is scorching. It's not a good thing either. Okay, I've sort of cooked the potatoes. At this point, we're going to sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, cover them, and lower the heat. Now that you have that salt on them, just be sure to roll them around a bit. Drop the cover on, and then lower the heat. Now about every probably 3 to 4 minutes over the next 15 minutes that you're going to cook these, shake the pan just to make sure the potatoes aren't sticking to the bottom. Okay, we're basically, at this point, it's been 15 minutes on our timer. Actually, it's about to go off in 33 seconds. But if you look, they're really nice. And basically, you can push on them and see that they're starting to give, and that's how you know that they're ready. So basically what we can do is we can just turn this off heat. And I have 2 tablespoons of a softened butter. We're just going to put that right on in there. And in here I have some chopped up parsley, some tarragon, and some peppers. We're going to throw that in and really just roll that around on the potatoes really nice. Yep, just like that. You see it's really coating them nicely. Oh, those look delicious. And that's it. Now these are ready to serve. I still have to cook my steak, but I'm going to keep these warm and maybe even run them up to reheat in a bit. So as you can see, the potatoes now are really golden. They're really beautiful, nice and soft to the touch. Cut them right open. Really delectable on the inside as well. Okay, so the potatoes are really nice and golden. Let's see what these things taste like. Those are really good. Really nice, clean taste all the way through them. A nice texture on the outside, not too salty. You're really gonna like those. This is Rex with the Adequate Would-Be Chef cooking steaks and potatoes for you tonight. So thanks for watching. Enjoy this. Don't be afraid of your kitchen. Remember, it's all yours. Later.